We are live. It looks like that worked out perfectly. I wasn't sure how everything checked out. I was like stressing that all day long. I set all that stuff up with all this like pre-screen stuff and making sure the audio sounded okay. And I was like, oh, this better work. I tested it like 8, 9 times and it came out really good. So wow, wow. Thank you for all of you. I don't know if anybody was waiting. I know I was. I checked it out on the YouTube channel on Nintendo Switch and make sure that it was broadcasting with Chi Chi, that's my dog, And oh, they automatically put that overlay on that. Oh, see, I turned that on over here. If you look to here, yeah, they put that YouTube. You can put that thing there. I didn't know if it goes on at the whole live stream or if it just goes on at the end after the math, but I guess it goes on for the whole thing. So there we go. It's on. So whatever. MatthewRiveraMusic.com. I'll just have to squeeze that little text over in the future when I do that. So again, I'm just gonna do this one more time because I just want to say thank you to all my patrons. I want to make sure this all works anyway. So hang on a second. Oh, I think this is all working now. So sorry about that. Sorry about that confusion. Just it's 8 o'clock and I want to put that there so I know where to cut to. So there we go. Things are working. Oh my gosh! But I got my tea in a sealed cup that I got for my birthday, and I put my little sticker on it, and we are ready to make some music. My window is already recording. Now the next thing I just want to make sure all my other screens are working. So let's check and make sure the phone cam is working. Uh-oh. I'm not sure if that's active. Oh no, turn active. Properties. Deactivate, reactivate. Okay, come on. You were working earlier on me today. What happened? Difficulties. Now, why is that doing that? Come on. There you go. Ah, now she's a working. Hello there. Ooh, that makes me feel a little more comfortable. Now that we got all that working, you guys are gonna think this is really funny. But when I go on and play some music, and I switch over to the audio over here, I also cut the overhead view and angled it so that way on that piano behind me, if I click this button, it should. Just a little Easter egg there for you guys. So now we're gonna start playing some music. Oh. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but oh my gosh, it just like, it's still going. Yeah, I know. The sustain and the resonance on that, it just keeps going. Oh. So that song is called That Old Time Feeling. It's a great song for me to warm up and, whoa, hey, are you doing that thing on me again? So a long time ago, I wanted to capture the songs and that feeling of those old Gershwin-y, Lawrence Hart, that whole era of like the 20s and 30s, just like good timing music where they were using those simple like dominant seventh chord progressions and just making incredible magic. And when I talk about that, I'm sorry, not everybody is as musically inclined as I am, because I taught myself how to play. But when I talk about that, I'm talking like in the C chord, but they'll use the seventh variation, which you're throwing that B flat chord into, and then they'll play the simple four chord progression, which is like. So that's a C, A minor, D minor, G. And you just keep playing that over and over again. But instead of just playing the rudimentary chord, you use the seventh version. The scale is just a C scale, you know. But because you incorporated those seventh variants, then you give yourself a little forgiveness. So you can like fudge around and like hit those E flats, hit those B flats, hit those F sharps, you know, those little fudges that happen every now and then. And it's okay because you incorporated them by using those crazy accidental chord formations. So I'm just quickly opening up a folder here while I'm talking and doing that and thinking, I forgot, I need to make a new folder for today. Today is the 30th. Oh my gosh, tomorrow is Halloween. Ooh, I should play my Halloween song for you guys. It's not really a Halloween song. It's just our niece, Brianna, when she was a kid, I started singing the song and she's like, that's so scary. And I was like, oh, that's when comes the Halloween song. And it is kind of a scary song because it is about murders. And it is actually based off of true story, true legend, the Shankill Butchers. So there we go. And while we're at it, I'm just going to open up waveform here, and we're going to play some ukulele. I know this thing says it's going to be a broadcast for piano, but since we were talking about that, we are going to do some ukulele time. So let me quickly plug in here without tripping over any chords. Oh, Biff. Good girl. You didn't even bark at me. Yeah, you knew I was doing that. She's being a good girl right now. Yeah, good Minty. Yeah, Papa was really bad dropping his headphones like that. That's okay. No harm, no foul. We are plugging in the ukulele, and then we're going to sing the scary Halloween song. Where they are. Be very careful. Pop, there you go. I hope that didn't make any scary sounds on you guys. That should be okay. Oh, I have to enter a name for my project. Let's go blah, 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 blah. Create project. Oh, is this on the channel 3? Oh my gosh, I remembered channel 3. Boom! You are plugged in, so now you're going to hit record and everything should check, check, check. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh, you guys. Does that even sound good to you? Can you all hear that? Oh my gosh. This is nuts. All right, we're going to play the Shankill Butchers by the Decemberists because it is a Halloween spooky wood song. So, and the way we go. The Shankill Butchers by the Decemberists. I'm not even sure if that was sounding okay because I didn't do any of my sound checks for playing ukulele because I wasn't planning on playing the ukulele for you guys today. But I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, that was to your guys' Halloween delight. The Shankill Butchers by the Decemberists. If you actually listen to that song, it is in the key of C sharp minor, but I played an A minor because as I was, playing through everything, I was just like, it's A minor a cheater chord? I could, play in the C sharp minor, like maybe what I played. In C sharp minor, it just sounds so like weak to me. I think if I played an A minor, I can actually get that like the Shankill Butchers on the rise. There is about your windows tight, sharpening their cleavers and their knives, digging all their whiskey by the pint. Everybody knows if you don't mind your mother's words, oh, wicked wind will blow the ribbons from your curls. And everybody moan, everybody shake. And the Shankill Butchers wanna catch you away. I kid. Happy Halloween, guys. Wasn't that fun? Oh, goodness me. I don't even know where I get these ideas from. So, yeah, look it up, you guys. The Shankill Butchers by the Decemberists. I have to give my credits where credit is due. I wish I could take credit for that song, but at the same token, like, God, it's terrible that that song exists because it is based on fact. And if you look up the Shankill Butchers and you want a good Halloween story to tell everybody, tell them the story of the Shankill Butchers in Britain. Let us take a quick moment to say thank you to all my patrons who seriously, you guys, Clayton that keyboard you gave me. I plugged it in today, and Windows registers 2 keyboards. So I can have that one right there stamped at my station the way I go, and it lights up through my nighttime. And then I got my little wireless one that came with the keyboard just tucked over here so I can still access my hotkeys while I'm at the piano station. And it's like those little things. And you gave me that keyboard, and I cannot thank you enough for it. I love how loud it is and how heavy it is. It's like clack 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 clack. Oh, it feels so good. It reminds me of playing old school typewriters. Like, oh, thank you so much. So I gotta say thank you to you guys. Oh, here we go. How does this work? There we go. I have green tea with honey here to comb my throat because after singing that I'm like, "Arr!" So I thought that would be okay. Anyways, so cheers to that. Thank you to all my patrons and to everybody who supports me for making all of these live streams possible and for making all the magic happen. Please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/Matthew Rivera. Or check out my website, MatthewRiveraMusic.com, and you can actually look at my singles, look at my EPK, all that kind of jazz. Let's get back to the music. Another sip of water, and I am going. Or no, I said water. That's a sign that I should be drinking water. So let's switch over to the water. There we go. Drink some water, get hydrated. Now we're gonna play some more piano for you guys. Thank you for entertaining me with that side note of ukulele for a moment. Does that song even need an introduction? That was Mr. Blue Sky, the Electric Light Orchestra. Yeah. I kind of lost it there and did a little fudgy work there, but whatever, live, what are you gonna do? Just keep rolling with the punches. That's how we do. That's how we do. All right, Chi is right here. I don't know if you guys can see. Um, let me see. Where is that camera? If I hit this camera, there we go. Can we Hi Chi, hanging out by my sosta noodle and my soft pedal, my sustain, and yeah, a little miss in the way there, but that's okay. My foot can squeeze right over here. Sorry, Chi, sorry. Right there, so I can still play with it. Yep, it's okay. Oh my goodness. So sometimes you might hear her just doing a little, she's just in heaven. Every time I play piano, she just comes right over to this area, just lies down. She's just like, yes, play piano for me. And there are times when I'll come in here and I'm just doing something, and then I'll leave and she'll get mad at me. She'll be like, I just got myself all comfy and I thought you were going to play piano for Minchie. Yeah, I play piano for you, Minchie. Okay. Oh, it's already 8:32. I'm going to quickly do one of these. Drink some tea, and then we are going to practice another sing song, and then we are going to take an intermission, so that way I can actually like drink water and stand up and move a little bit more after sitting here for almost half an hour. Yeah, half an hour now. So yeah, one more song, singing, and then we're going to take an intermission, and we will be back with some more music after that. So let's see, what should we practice singing? Today my voice is feeling in that kind of timbre range, so we are going to practice what I've been practicing this past week, the I Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Frankie Valli. One hit wonder, I think. But you're just too good to be true. Uh, it's such a hard song, and I tinkered it out by ear a few days ago, and I got the key change part. Now I'm working on singing and playing it at the same time, and this song is so unforgiving. A lot of songs, when they do a key change, they'll give you like a kind of 4 or 5 bar, something, so you can kind of like, all right, here we are, now we're doing this. But not this song. No, it's just right in there. We're playing an E, and we're la la la, we're singing along the E and A progression, and then boom, we're singing in G. Have a lovely day. It's like we just went up 1.5 steps, just like that. And then after that, and it only does that for one verse. And then it snaps back to the original key. But just for that one verse, we're playing in G instead of E. Bizarre. And he should have gotten a lot more play. He was so talented. The song, they just don't give it enough credit, because in those days, you guys, there was no such thing as auto-tune. And all those people who are singing with auto-tune, you are doing yourself a disservice, because when you play music, it should always be this exploration and trying to get better at your craft, which is another thing why I just don't use it. Yeah, I'm gonna get pitchy and I may not sing perfectly, but I have the recording so I can listen to it and I know where I'm pitchy, so that way I can practice those areas and become a better singer. For those of you who are using auto-tune to be like, oh, we can fix it in post and we can make it better, you are doing yourself a disservice. You need to practice. We all need to practice. And that's basically what live streaming is. It's not like a live performance. Live performance, live gig with a live show. It's a whole other thing. You prepare for it, you work your way into these things. But when you're doing a live stream, there's no energy to feed off of. It's just me in the room with some microphones and a camera. So really, I'm playing for you guys live, and we call this a live show. It's essentially just glorified practice. I'm just broadcasting you guys my practice session live. That's basically what I'm doing. I miss live music. I miss going to actual shows. So if those of you who are going out to it, please mind your P's and Q's, wear your masks, be vaccinated, all that kind of stuff, because you don't want to, social distance, all that stuff. Don't let your guard down just because I'm vaccinated. I'm vaccinated, but I still wear my mask and I still social distance. I still isolate because I gotta do everything I can. And the vaccine is just an extra measure, at least for me personally. I'm not ready to make that leap. But for those of you who are, please be careful, okay? So with that said, we are going to practice singing Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Frankie Valli. Or Freddie Valli, Frankie Valli, Frankie Valli. There we go. We will take a break off of that one. 8:42. So let's meet back here at like 8:50. We'll say a 10-minute break-ish about. That should be all I need. So I just want to say again, thank you to everybody. And yeah, we're gonna take a break. We are going to take a break. Does this button work? All right, that should have worked. Let me check. Am I here with you guys? Yes! Oh, go me. I'm using that hot pedal thing that Clayton gave me, my big fan, Clayton Lines. Again, thank you always and forever for the gift of the pedal, the camera, the keyboard, and the studio headphones, which I got here for when I do all my long time studio stuff. Like, this is like I finally got everything plugged in and cleaned out the studio and reworked some things. Let's go quickly to the screen here so I can show you what I've been busy with. Did I hit control down? Yes. That gives you the overall view here so you can see what I am looking at. So let me get this started. Um, Boom. That's what I do. I work in Adobe Audition, and I completely isolated the piano. So this is the ribbon microphone on this side here, and that just picks up on that one channel. And on the right channel, that's the Sennheiser. I looked it up. It's the E609. I got it a long, long time ago. I kept calling it 200, 209, whatever. I don't know where I got my numbers from, but it's the E609. It's meant for being put on front of an amplifier, but I got it tucked underneath there, inside the piano, like underneath the soundboard. And yeah, it's been crazy to have everything here isolated, everything there isolated in its own channel to a certain degree that I can balance them post, so that way the vocal and the instrumental tracks are in balance with each other instead of one is protruding over the other. I can go in there and like pinpoint, here I'm singing a little bit too loud, let's just bring that down a little bit and bring up the piano a little bit more, and vice versa, and make better sounding recordings. But live in the moment, you guys are just getting it the way it is. And hopefully it all works out, because in the studio monitor, in the studio Adobe Audition, that's all left, right channel isolated there. But through the live stream in the OBS, I turned it on to mono, so that way both speakers mix together, and it kind of like takes the average of the two. And that's what you guys are getting as I'm doing the live streams, is that feed. I just did a fundraiser for my birthday, and I have to thank everybody who pitched in, who donated to the cause. Kelly Harris, you gave me a really big donation. Amanda Olsen Yang, Clayton Lines again, and Derek Brand, you donated through the fundraiser thing. All you guys are already my patrons and my supporters, and you even added to the fundraiser, because I was like, I need to get like splitters and other things to make the live stream and recording process better. So what I'm doing is, as the money is coming in, I'm placing these orders on these things that have been like wish listed for a long time. And for my birthday, I ordered the Behringer Xenix. That's gonna come in sometime, just ground shipping, whatever it takes. I'll wait. But it'll come in, and that's for patching into live streaming, so that way you can use a compressor, so that way the difference between the soft and the louds isn't so huge. Because if you look, that translates to when you're in the audio world. And I have these really gentle, so that way you can always bring them up, but you can't bring them down. And I peak a lot. So I've been playing a lot like Bohemian Rhapsody. I've been playing Mr. Blue Sky, and just trying to see, and then playing things really soft and just seeing, just that dynamic range. And it's really cool to have that in Audition as you're doing all the studio stuff, because you can, bring it into the multi-track, and you can just isolate that one channel, isolate the other channel, and you just kind of play this dance with the levels. This is high, this is low, and then you just kind of, you want to make everything kind of sit balanced. But in live stream, it doesn't translate, so sometimes it'll be like really, really loud, but other times it's like really, really quiet, and people have to like play with their volume. I find myself like, is that on? So getting this will allow me to do a compressor band on it, so that way there's not that big of a difference. You know, it kind of like takes like, here's the soft soft, here's the loud loud, and it compresses them, so that way this is what you get live stream. It'll still be raw in Audition because I got splitters for all my microphones, so that way, and I got extra XLR, so that way I can keep everything patched in the way they are, but I'm just going to take the microphones and attach the splitters with the new cords to patch into the new sound system, and I'm going to start playing with those once that comes in, and then I can still record the way I do, but then the live streams shouldn't have that that extreme. It's like the capturing the piano is a very difficult thing, you guys. As a sound technician, I've been playing around for the whole past year, just figuring out and what can I do, reading on these forums, and everybody says you have to use a compressor. And I tried using the one on OBS software that you can get. Like it's nice and everything, but boy, it starts taking up RAM. And I was like, no, I need that CPU space. That's precious CPU space. I'm doing fine without it. Never enough RAM. Whew, that was a good laugh. That was a good laugh. Sorry, guys. But anyways, thank you to everybody who, you know, baby steps, you know, wish listing and buying things when the time is right. I'm welling up. I honestly, like, I want to cry because it's like, I have my dream grand piano. She's not in tune. I've been neglecting her because I've just been like playing on her like constantly ever since she got regulated, you guys. And from last night to today, she has gone majorly out of tune because I've been doing tests to make sure that she, you know, just, you know, checking everything, because my piano tech, he said, play, 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 play. If they start to stiffen up again, or if you hear any kind of like buzzing or rattling, I'll come back, you know, and knock those out, because as you do work to it, it's a living, breathing thing, you know, and as things happen and things dry up and dial in after he said it, he goes, sometimes after a couple of weeks, you know, some things may come back. So if that happens, he'll come back and do another reassessment, and he does that as part of his service. His name is Dave Tarnowski in Rochester. He is the most amazing piano tech I have ever had the privilege to work with. The guy used to work for Steinway, and he was a tech for, was it in Boston and Cincinnati and in Puget Sound, for all these universities, for professors, for institutions. And he came out twice now, back in the spring and again here, because everybody gets your piano tech out twice a year. You know, in the spring and the fall, you get your piano tech out to do regulation and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I do the tuning myself, so he doesn't have to spend that time doing that. It's like, all I need you to do is, and I splurged. She's shiny now because all the dust has been picked up. He went through, and I asked him, like, you know, for my birthday, I want to pay for this, and I want to get the detail clean. So he cleaned the entire thing inside out, got rid of all the dust in between the keys. Like, she's like a brand new, like, showroom ready piano again. And he gave me the birthday discount. He really didn't have to. But I said, Dave, since you gave me the discount, take one of these. And I have a whole bunch of these made. I said, just take it. Just take it. It's my gift to you to say thank you for everything that you do. I hope you're enjoying the CD. It is my gift to you because this is recorded last year. Around this time of year, I was playing with my Tascam D. I didn't have any of this stuff. I had this, guys, and my grand piano. I just got it last year. This thing runs off of 3 AA batteries. And I got rechargeable batteries that I put into it, and it has an SD card. It has patch-ins, so you can patch in XLRs and all that kind of stuff to it. And it's like a little road dog, and it's got built-in microphones. But I found that if I take this thing and set it, you know, like like in the piano, you know, so that way it gets, you know, everything, and I can put it as minimal as possible. I recorded that stuff on this, and then I brought it into Adobe Audition on the old Sony Vaio laptop that I was working on at the time, and it was a task because I had to plug that thing in, transfer all the files, and then open them in Adobe Audition, and that computer was so slow it took forever just to do the file transfers and then open them one at a time and go through them and balance them and try and do what I can with them in the old computer. And June, for our anniversary, my wife and I have been married 14 years now. 2007 we got married, and 2008 we made the first CD or something like that. That's the name of my music page, or something like that. That's if you guys ever wanted to know why the or something like that, that's the name of that first album from 2008 that we did for NAMI. And they gave me this pin for mental illness back then, and they gave me this certificate of right over here. They gave me this. I've been going through just, you know, I just turned 40, you guys. October, I turned 40, and just reminiscing over everything I've done in life. It's it all added up to being here. Being here now, you know, we have our house. And when we bought this house, we were shopping houses back in 2012. And every single house that we looked at, we like, well, one of these days we want to buy a grand piano. You know, we had Elle. And I love Elle. I got the apprenticeship to upkeep her, and I still play on her every now and then. But we got her for $35 at auction, and we had this keyboard behind me here. But we didn't have the grand piano, but we said, one of these days we do want to get a grand piano. We have a savings account, and we just keep digging into it. But when we went buying houses, it's like, it has to be big enough to hold a grand piano, number one. It has to have hardwood floors. This house used to have green carpet, but underneath was all this hardwood floors. And it was covered up because it's got damage. If you look really closely, yeah, there's scuff marks, there's water. I mean, the house is from like 1950s, but I like it much better than the green carpet, and the hardwood floors serve its purpose to let that sound just resonate in this house. So every house we looked into, I was like clapping my hands and looking at it, I was like, I really want to get a 6'1" Promberger. That's really what I want. If we could get a 6'1" piano, a 6'1", and this house checked all the boxes. In Wanamingo, Minnesota, population of 1,086. That's where we ended up because we wanted to get a piano, and I just kept saying, I want to get a Promberger, 6'1". I've been in love with them since like I played one when I was a teenager at the piano store, and I was just like, this piano is so incredible, but it was so expensive. But we got to use what's in the warehouse for like, list price was like 13,500 or something like that. And I went to the guy last year and I said, will you take 10.5 for it? And he's all like, yeah, okay. And we did the math, and I put a down payment. I sold a bunch of my stuff, and we were able to afford it, and we got into the Promberger. I was looking at this like $1,000 grand piano that I was like, all right. And then with the moving fees, I can afford that, and I can move into the house, and I can just work my way and fix it up, just like I did with Al. But then, you know, there's a part of me that this was sitting in that warehouse, and I was just like, can I come back to you in a week? I want to see if I can save up enough money and get a down payment, and instead of getting that beat up grand piano to work on, I'll see if I can get into my dream. My dream 6'1" Promberger JP Series 185. Like, this is a floor model too, you guys. That's why it has the red and the black. It's a floor model. And it's just been sitting unloved, and after being cleaned, and after again everything loosened up again, and after me playing with it for the past year, it's like this piano, the serial number is J00020005, marking the JP series, you know, the second batch of the JP series that they made, number 5. Oh my gosh, I'm laughing, but I also want to cry because it's like, I can't believe that was sitting there. and we got it. And after, you know, 2 visits from the piano tech, 3 visits actually. The first visit was another guy. He came out and installed the piano saver when I first got it. And then in spring, I was like, I need someone to come and regulate it. And, you know, the pandemic was like, whew, you know, like, who do I call? Who do I call? My guy, he was an older guy, and I wasn't sure if he was available. And, you know, I didn't want to bug him and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know, and then I called him and I found Dave Tardowski. He came, and the first time he loosened her up, and I was like, oh my gosh, she feels so much better. Thank you for taking care of all that stiffness. And then on Thursday, he came over and cleaned up everything and, you know, re-loosened everything. You know, just, it's this This Prombarger JP185 is now back in full working order, and it's shiny and clean, and it's in my hands, and I have microphones to pick it up, and I can live stream and play with it. And all my recordings moving forward are on this beast. I should tune up those growlies tomorrow morning, maybe even tonight. You're mine. And her name is Amani. We named her Amani because that means dream. Um, and a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a lot of like meaning to the name Amani, and Amani is a boy or a girl's name, because when I name my instruments, I listen to them, and after listening to this Prombarger, there is a choir inside here. Sometimes she sounds like a she, sometimes it sounds like a he with a girth, and sometimes it sounds like a little kid, sometimes it sounds like, you know, it's like there's a choir of so many voices in this chamber. And so I said, what's the best name for it? Amani. It's the perfect name. And that's the name of our piano. So we are going to play on this beautiful, beautiful piano. I'm gonna take a break, you guys. That song was called A Loss of Words. I wrote that a long time ago, and I can't believe this. I can't believe it's mine. I'm sorry, Jigglypuff, you fell. I can't believe it's mine. I can't believe. All right, you guys, I'm sorry. I just had to take a break. Those were tears of joy, okay? I just can't believe that like how all this played out and how this came to be. And it's just like, whew. This is the first live stream that I'm doing at the age 40, which is my fourth episode. Turning 40, here I am. Every Saturday at 8 p.m. I'll be playing live to you on my dream piano in the house. Like how the universe works. And you guys, there's a fan out there, and his name is Paul Wakapow. He follows me, and sometimes he's in with us and watching with everybody. And Paul is a dancer, and we met through the music and the dance with that piano that I restored way back when, when I got the piano apprenticeship, because I got that piano and I wanted to learn how to tune it myself, how to regulate it myself so I can upkeep it and not have to pay a piano technician twice a year to upkeep it. I just got it for $35 and I paid a technician to come out and he took me under his wing for that summer. And we built this piano that was, oh, and so much TLC. We replated keys, we changed the hammers, we fixed the pedals. We like got it on its back, like we didn't do any of like the cosmetic stuff. All we did was learn how to like, we reshaped the hammers, after we cleaned it out. Reshaped the hammers, adjusted all the everything. We did the bridle straps, because some of them had to be replaced, like a lot of them had to be. Oh, that piano was just like, oh, when we were done with it though, after that summer, I had learned everything about uprights from practical, know-how and working on it. And he said that I could have that piano. Dave Watson, you said I could have that piano. And I said, at that time I was living in my in-laws basement and I was just like, I already have this piano. I did that so I can learn how to upkeep this myself. That's the main reason I did it. I just wanted to learn all about uprights and just do that. So we donated that piano to the co-op in Red Wing. And I decided I'm gonna do a show, yada yada. We talked to the lady. She used to run the coffee shop in Wisconsin, in Bay City, and she had a spot in the co-op to sell her coffee and do her thing. And downstairs in the basement there, we're like, yeah, we'll give the piano and people can use it whenever. It's a public piano. And I'll just do a concert here to christen the piano. And that's when we met Paul O'Connell. And he was dancing to the music and drew our little cartoons. We still have those drawings from that night. I have to dig them up, so I want to put all those stuff in frames and start hanging them up. We've been like, going through everything, and so that's going up on the wall once we find the right frame for it. So thank you, Paul. You have been with me as a fan, supporter, a dear friend, a brother, a sister. Just you've been there for me for a long time, and it was so funny when we bought this house and you helped us move. You and I both have like our own physical limitations. At the time we were dealing with our disc problems, and look at where we are now. You're dancing, I'm playing piano, we're doing all this stuff, and it's just a crazy thing. And Lori, you knew Lori in town, Wanamingo, and we got to know each other, and she's helped us a long way. She gave me a Reiki massage and like unlocked a lot of feelings for me, and how everything just comes full circle. It's just so crazy. 40 years old, and here we are now. So, Paul, if you're watching this now, or if you're going to be watching it in the future, hello from the present, hello from the past. And how is it in the future? But if you feel like dancing in honor of my friend Paul and how we met, and that's you're part of the story, Paul, because that piano that we met when I was playing, that's the piano that I worked on that whole summer with Dave Watson, so I can learn how to upkeep her for these past 10 years. And I was just going to keep that tradition alive by just getting this old beat up grand piano. And I figured, hey, I'll just whip out my book and I'll just pull out the action, teach myself how to teach myself how to work on that. And this was in there. So we're going to play music, improvisation, just like I'm going to do an unplanned, just play music. And Paul, you should do yourself a raw, unplanned dance as I play this music, and maybe we can, cut the music together. I'll give you the actual good audio so that way you can dance to it and do what you will with it. I can just Google Drive it to you. Or maybe I'll make this one a public one. I'm due November 1st. I'm due for making public posts. I will do public MP3 of this live stream for Paul, and to say thank you for everybody and for life, and just like, all the stories, you guys. If it can all be spoken here. Say what cannot be said on the piano. Improvisations in the moment, and I think that's gonna come out pretty good. I will process that audio. When I say process, a lot of people hear me talk about that. Oh, process audio. What I mean is I'm gonna go through and you know what? Why don't I just show you guys what I mean? So we just did that recording improvised in the moment. And when I go and work on my, nights when I can't sleep and when I'm just like, all right, let's just do some computer time. That means it's time to process audio. And that's when I slap on my handy dandy headphones. Whoops, this way. I need to use the new Philips ones that I've been meaning to like plug in here. But let me see. Do I have it so you guys can actually hear the audio too? There we go. Let's turn that on. So now you guys can. Whew! Welcome to my world, guys. So this is that last one we just did. Oh wow, she's a beauty. First, let me hit Control Shift S, and that'll automatically just save the raw, unprocessed. Like always do that first before you do anything. And then moving forward now, anything I do is a save as or a copy of their indicative, So here I see the wavelengths. So I'm just gonna take this and hit Control C, that copies everything there. Hit Control Shift N, that opens up a new file. And I'm gonna hit Control V, and that pastes that recording stuff. So if I go back to the original now, that's this one, it's been saved. So if you notice, it doesn't have a little star asterisk behind it. So now I can just hit Control W, that closes up that file. We're not eating up precious RAM. And this is like an exact copy of what we just did. And now that I am working in Audition directly as I'm live streaming, as I'm playing, this thing already timestamps. I just started a new file right here at 9:34, and it puts it at the recording date. It's kind of like the poor man's copyright per se. So everything I move on this file moving forward has been told that, hey, I started making this file this date at that time. So now I can start playing with it and doing what I want to do with it. So before and after every recording, you always have to zoom in and, oh wow, that went for a long time. Okay. But in the beginning here, oh wow, it's really like, are you kidding me? Is it that quiet? It can't be. Even the levels are just kind of like, holy crap. That can't be right. Am I dreaming, you guys? I'm sorry. Wow. So, believe it or not, you guys, that right there, that is the Sennheiser E609. Just tucked away underneath the piano, like inches away from the soundboard. Like everybody who records pianos, everybody thinks above. And over this past week, I was just like doing experiments. I was just like, let me just try and throw this underneath, just see what happens. Oh my gosh, holy balls. So now I can just take that. Oh, wait, don't do that. Control Z. Oh, wait. Control Shift Z. That redoes. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that, you guys. This is, all right. Control A selects everything. I'm just going to raise the amplitude on that one up to -1. So that bottom one is touching that graph there. So that looks good. So that's what we'll do. We'll normalize that one, and then we'll go to the left one here, and we'll do the same thing. Oh wait, let's check it. This is the ribbon mic now. This left channel one is the ribbon mic that I'm singing to. That one usually has like a sort of weird noise distortion. That's where Okay, it's just oh my gosh, I can't believe it sounds that good. Oh, now we're just gonna bring this up to the -1. There we go. Roughly. And now if I combine those together, it sounds so good. Are you guys getting that? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you guys getting this? There we go. No, no, you guys can hear like a lot of it because I had that microphone going and all the clacking. Oh my gosh. These sound pretty dang good. So, Control Shift S. Sorry guys, I just have to do this really quick while we're thinking about it and making sure that we're not already. So that's that file there that I can open up and start playing with and cutting. So after that, what you do is you find the beginning, you cut that off. You find the end where you want to cut and you cut that off. And you fill out your ID things and then you export it as a MP3 and que sera sera, you have yourself a new single. And that's how I do what I do. And I don't have to do any kind of like crazy waiting for things to transfer, waiting for things to render. Like, I can't believe how fast. I just did that right here. We're live streaming while we were doing that, you guys. And the only thing left to do now is just to cut off that beginning stuff and cut off the end stuff. So that way we just have the song. And I can post it on Patreon for all my patrons to download. And then Paul, because that one was inspired by you, I am personally sending you a Google Drive link to it once I finish doing the final processing on it. And you can have it to dance and do what you will. If you wouldn't mind just letting people know that that was an improvisation done by me. And you can send them a link to my website, MatthewRiveraMusic.com, and it'll be available there. I'll make sure that that song and the video and everything is just there for anybody who needs some good piano vibrations to dance and enjoy. That will be posted on my website, MatthewRiveraMusic.com, shortly. Maybe this evening or maybe tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to spend some time on the computer doing stuff, and that's when I'll actually go into my website and did I just hit the wrong? No, I wanted to show you guys. Is it that one? Did that go to the right one? Yeah, there we go. So that should show everything. The lovely artwork that my wife did for the album or something like that. I overlaid it onto the camera with transparency, so that way when I play the piano, it looks like the artwork from the website. So if you actually go to MatthewRiveraMusic.com, where is it? RiveraMusic.com. Now I want to go to this view. There we go. So you guys can see the website. And let me turn on the audio so that way you guys can hear the music from the website. This is Clover Biscuits, the song that I just made with the marimba and the bongos over the week. There it is, Clover Biscuits. So, hey, don't do that. Do this. So that's Clover Biscuits. The, oh, are you serious? Did it just mute that again? I'm sorry, you guys. I forget that when I hit this little button here, it mutes everything except for the microphone that I am speaking into. So there we go. Now you can hear. This is from the website. This is playing in the website. So when you go to my website, you can just hit play on that in that actual player, and I just put all my songs in there, and you can listen to the music as you browse and peruse and do your stuff. So yeah, that's what I have been busy doing over this week, is trying to build up my website and do all that jazz, because that's what musicians do. Oh, thank you. My wife is in the other room and she's watching on her phone, and she's kind of like my eyes and ears on the outside for me. So thank you, honey, for checking in with me. And that's what we got going. We have 15 more minutes until it's 10 o'clock on this 8 p.m. live stream. It's been kind of like a whirlwind. When you go live, you never know what's gonna happen. That's just how it goes. You know, we got to have a good cry. We got to feel good and reminisce about things. We got to. Tonight was a good session. I'm gonna download this and like take little snippets from it and do stuff with it tomorrow. Like, I can't believe 40 years old, and here we are with this JP 185 Flora model collecting dust in the warehouse after being cleaned up and, you know, looked after by Dave Tarnowski, my piano technician in Rochester. 2 visits, spring and fall, and now she is like like brand spanking new, and we can record her. This is just redonkulous, guys. Like, I am living the dream at 40 years old. You can do it too, guys. Just never give up. A year ago today, I couldn't even play my piano because I got into a car accident. I was stopped at a red light. I had all my P's and Q's. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to a job interview. I'm going to get a 3rd job because I need to pay off all this that I just did during the pandemic. I was like, what's wrong with me? But I just went feet in. And I was on my way to the job interview, stopped at the red light, and like a few seconds later, just get hit by a distracted driver. And I was like, oh, what have I been doing with my life? Like, I'm lucky to be alive, number one. And I'm lucky that I have my seatbelt on and the light had just changed and I had just stopped when the person behind me didn't realize, and they were just driving full force. You know, I was just stopped. I was just listening to my music, just like, yeah, all right, we're gonna go to the thing. I'm stopped, and I'm lefty, so my hand is like this, you know, and this is how I was in the car accident, and I'm just stopped, listening to my music. All right, here we come. Boof! Just get hit, thrown across the intersection, and I wake up and there's like this guy like, hey, are you okay? Don't say anything, don't say anything. And then the paramedics show up and everybody shows up, and the cop was all like, excuse me, like, that guy's just telling me not to say anything. And the cop was like, get out of here. And I just told him everything. I was on my way, I can't feel my legs. You know, it's so weird. And I was so scared, you guys. And at this 1 year ago today, that happened in September 2020, like Labor Day weekend, we got this delivered. It landed in our house Labor Day weekend. We did all like the math and the number, raising money, all that kind of stuff in August. And finally it got delivered Labor Day weekend. I've been enjoying my piano. I'm like, oh yeah, guys, I got a piano, a grand piano. I only had like 12 subscribers on YouTube. It was just like my friends and family, because I'm just a local guy, you know, just doing my thing. You know, hey, pandemic, score, there was a piano warehouse that was getting rid of all their stock and their inventory. And so I went in, I told the guy, will you take 10.5? And he said, yeah. And we raised money. A week later, here we are. We got the piano and said, okay. And then I get into a car accident, and I'm just sitting there looking at the piano, and I'm just like,
I'm never gonna be able to play you again. But my chiropractor, my doctors, just everybody was just like, take your recovery very seriously. And I did. I took my recovery so dang seriously. And I was logging. That's when I started recording. Um, you know, because I always do this. I always just go on Facebook and just play for my friends. La la la. Back then, it would just be with my phone on that piano right behind me here, that $35 upright that I got at auction. So for my recovery, I whipped this guy out and I said, all right, today I was able to play with my right hand. I can't use the pedal yet because pressure on my foot hurts. I still can't use my left hand as it hurts, but I was able to play with my right hand on the piano for like 2 minutes, and I was logging all that stuff. And then in November, that video is on YouTube. What was that? November 11th? Sometime around then, like the muscles were finally relaxed enough that my chiropractor was able to start doing physical adjustments on me. So all until then, it was all just like muscle work, relaxing, taking it easy. She was just like doing tissue, just checking things while we were doing the ultrasound therapy to kind of get things relaxed. And she was doing what she can with the activator tool just to kind of, but she didn't want to do anything to exasperate anything until my body said okay. And it was, a month and a half later when she was finally able to just like start doing manual adjustments and getting things in order. And when she popped that radio notch back in place, it was like the loudest pop and just like this weird zing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can use my left hand. Like, this is so great. And I recorded and I was able to play improvised for a few minutes. And that song actually ended up on the album in the moment because that was those November, December recordings. After I was able to get my ability back, I was recording my progress. So that way I can report to the insurance and to my chiropractor and to all those people who are asking, hey, how are you doing now your recovery? And I'm like, dude, I'm like 39 years old. I don't bounce back like I used to. My car got totaled, man. Like, I was like, I couldn't put, like, gosh, I got hit by a freaking truck full force. I drove a little Ford Focus and this pickup truck just driving full on, distracted, like, barrel me. How do you think I feel after a month? Gosh. But hey, here's where I'm at. And then my friend Nico Reese, I was talking to him on Facebook and just like, I don't know what I gotta do. He's like, dude, you're doing well, you're doing fine. And he liked my music. And I was like looking into Patreon because I follow Look Mom No Computer. And when I can't do, you guys, I listen. And I was on YouTube music like constantly. I was like listening to music everywhere, all the people that I follow. And Look Mom No Computer, he's on Patreon and I follow him and he does the Furby stuff and he always takes things like the guy is LMNC and like Nancy, Look Mom No Computer. He's British. And I always thought Patreon was a British thing because he's always like, thank you for all my Patreons, all my Patreons. And to me, like, all right, the world out there is different. But it turns out Patreon is founded by Pomplamoose, a band that my wife listens to and she turned me on to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys make this platform called Patreon. And you just start building your page, and I became a creator. Instead of becoming a follower, I switched to a creator and I started building my page. And November 21st, I called it my recovery album. That was also the November recordings. And I was like, all right, they're all up there. And then Nico, you said just publish. And all my friends, Julie, my mom, my wife, everybody was just like, hey, you can do it. You can do it. Why not? And so I did. And then I started getting patrons and I started, when people started actually like giving me money for what I do, it's like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. It's all working. And in December, I just kept, trucking along with this little guy here sitting on the piano, and I'm just doing all my recordings with, just like this. This is how I seriously have my piano. Just this guy right up here recording all my stuff and doing what I could. Once I found the hotspot, I was moving around, but if I'm moving it like somewhere around here with the little thing, it sounds really good. So it all depends on, you know, how you point it. I was experimenting with, hey, what if I do it this way and see how that works? What if I pointed these two this way, see how that works? So all the recordings, I was doing all these experiments, and it turns out that if this guy is actually like right above the hammers, if I put the music singing there and set it here, that works the best with this Tascam, because this microphone is riding alongside that low string into the chamber here, and this one here is pointing this way, and it's distant from all the high highs, so as the high notes are very protrusive, they balance out, and they made those recordings on the album in the moment. And this is the artwork that my wife did for those recordings. I was just improvising and just logging my progress. Here's where I'm at on this day. And all those tracks, they have dates and they have names, you know, like I was going through processing my cellular memories. I was feeling hopeful and fearful that day, and this is what I was playing. And that album in the moment, it's some serious, you know, like that is my that is how I did this, you guys. Like that in the moment, just by improvising and just trying to make the best music I possibly can, and being very diligent about my recovery process. And ever since then, it has been the craziest roller coaster ride. And all my patrons on Patreon, thank you so much. This past year has been a whirlwind, and it's so funny to go through everything and reminisce and see how far we have come. So I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you, everybody. All right, thank you, everybody. I'm so proud of myself for putting together that little package. That song, it's ready to go. It's on Patreon. You guys can download it. You can listen to it at your leisure. It will be posted officially on my website at some point. Right now, it's a Patreon exclusive. I'm just saying that song in the background is the free. I call them free writing when I improvise, because you just just laid it all out there. And I record those sessions, and when they're really good, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is cool. Then I do something with it, and that birthday one was ridiculous, you guys. And that's on the website. You can get it probably tomorrow. That'll be Sunday is my day to just hit the thing. I should just do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put that song out there, and it's gonna be for sale. And the one that I did tonight, I'm gonna put that one as a freebie. That one will be a freebie, because that should be that's my gift to the world, to say thank you guys for putting up with me. So as I wrap up this session, because it's almost 10 o'clock, I'm sorry. I said I was gonna do some piano playing for you guys, and this session turned into something else altogether. But it is what it is. So I'm going to just play for you some music. And when I feel my body says, you're done, we will call it a night. So you guys, thank you for everything. Thank you for making this 40-year-old man feel like a real musician who's finally doing something with his music after all these years. Everything added up to this moment now
where we are today doing what we're doing. I forgot to crack my knuckles. Just give me a moment to... Shake the apples from my family tree. So when the autumn comes to take the leaves, write history books from memories that we'll share, then we'd forget. And I don't remember 2012. But I heard the world would turn to hell. But compared to that, well, I'm doing well. So I pray to God it really did. Well, they always ask you not to leave. And I am as they remember me. So when all my friends forget my name, no, I won't come back and be the same. No, I won't come back and be the same. Oh. That was Will Wood and the Tapeworms Self. And I have a video tutorial on how to play that song that I posted on my page. It should be one of the ones, like one of my most popular ones, because I did that by demand. I was singing that a lot to get back into it. And it's kind of like that song has become like my self mantra. I'm gonna be myself again, you know, like it's a really good storytelling song. The band is called Will Wood and the Tapeworms. Will Wood is just like this miraculous, amazing, crazy composer, like mastermind genius. All the albums that he puts together are like these crazy concepts. Like it's just look them up. Will Wood and the Tapeworms. Give them a look. They're just like mind blowing stuff. Like gosh, when I was at my lowest low, that album Self Self-ish. There's a part two. I need to learn the lyrics. I'm really bad about lyrics. And people are like, oh, when are you gonna do ish? And I'm like, when I can remember the lyrics, I just can't get the lyrics down. I'm just gonna have to print them and just put them in front of me and just do it. It's just lyrics are the hardest thing for me, you guys. I have to like play the song and sing it a bazillion times just to get it. I can do all the music. I'll just like listen to something like, oh yeah, the music, yeah, la la la. But the words, frick. Even I said it right. I didn't say the naughty one, but while we're on that note, that song that I wrote, "Brick Wall" on the ukulele, is like one of the only songs. I've only written like 3 or 4 songs that have lyrics. One of them I cannot play because it's like swearing. It's like f this, and it's like it's crazy. I'll probably do that for the Patreons as an exclusive, but that's just one that I made for funsies. But I have a couple other songs with lyrics, and they are my own songs. I made up the lyrics. I slaved over them, and I can't even remember them for the life of me. There are times when I'm just like, what are the freaking words to my own song? I wrote my own song, and I can't even remember the dang words. Like, what? That's just the way my brain works, though. I'm all about the music. The words mean nothing to me because the music will always tell you more than the words ever will. And it took me a long time because, you know, I want the words to match the music. I wrote the melody, the music, all that stuff. And I was just like, I need words. I don't know. Words are so hard, you know, digging through the thesaurus and like, how do I say things and make it sound good with the music? Like, do I have to rhyme all the time? When it's okay to not rhyme or sort of rhyme? Like, and you can't just like throw words. Like you just can't. You have to make it go with the melody, and it has to like make sense. So that way, when you hum it, it's a tune. You know, you can't just throw words. And all those artists who can just like make up words and just like sing words and just know words, words. For somebody who speaks really good English, like I like to think I'm a pretty good speaker. I think I have a good vocabulary, and I'm trying my best to learn how to pace myself and not talk so fast. And I'm also learning how to enunciate better because part of my CPTSD as I deal with my traumas. And I'm going to therapy. I go to therapy on Wednesdays, okay? I'll admit it. I go to therapies and we process things, and I have complex childhood traumas. They give me these weird insomniacs, nightmares, like it's just crazy, okay, guys? It's a real thing, and I deal with it every single day, and every day I'm just like, I'm the worst, I'm a piece of garbage, blah, blah, blah. I fight with all this crap. And it's just one of those things that you just live with, and music heals. And I never have the words. There's just too much. So everything is spoken through music. And then to be able to put those into words succinctly is a hard thing to do. So this song, Brick Wall, is about those walls, the layers that we put up. You know, why do we build these walls? To keep people out and not share the stuff that we really should be talking about, okay? Sorry, just to get serious, this is my channel, my live stream. I can do what I want, okay? I can talk about whatever the heck I want to. And this is my parting gift to anybody who is actually listening to this. What is this, like 2 hours into my session? Mental health is a big thing to me, and music has always been my escape. It's been my thing.
and we put up these walls, and we should be talking about these things that we don't talk about. It should be normal for us to cry. It should be normal for us to say, I'm feeling this, or hey, this happened to me and I'm triggered and I need to step away and I need to take a breath. And I'm learning to like set my boundaries and be like, I'm going through all this physical pain right now from the car accident. Like, you guys don't, it may not look like it right now, but inside, like right now, like my wrist is kind of like, whoa, man, what are you doing? But it's okay. I know a lot of that is that reflex response, and I check, I'm just like, is this really, the fibromyalgia and all that, like the cellular memory. And anytime I start talking about this kind of stuff, like I start feeling things because it's that mind-body connection, and to be able to say, hey, this is me, this is where I'm at, and I'm getting help and I'm getting better. And yeah, I'm gonna tear down these walls. And anytime I fall down, I can just bring my loved ones with me, and we'll be together. And I say this to anybody else out there, who is my friend, my family, my dearest, like we're all there for each other. I understand these kinds of things. That's why I wear this pin. I wear it with pride. And I say I'm a CPTSD warrior and I fight really hard. My wife, she worked with Sandy Clark, who made that book over here, Charlie the Therapy Dog, because therapy dogs, they're like the unsung heroes of the world of trauma and all that kind of stuff. Without dogs to be like that guardian angel, like it helps break down these barriers. So I want to sing to you this song. I wrote it on the ukulele at first, but because my left wrist is doing the thing, I'm going to try and play it on the piano, which I never do. I've tried, but it's hard. It's a ukulele song. I wrote it on the ukulele, and it's weird to play it on the piano and sing it because I want to be playing it on the ukulele. But if you want to hear the ukulele version, there's a video. It's on there. It's on my website. You can get it. But I'm going to do the piano version tonight and sing this song as my gift to the world, and to say thank you for everybody, and to say, hey, mental health check, everybody. These walls, and it's okay, but it's time to break down some of these, brick by brick, and deal. Do some really good healing. Your inner healing. Not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows, and some days just suck, and it's just hard to even get up out of bed. Some days, just the fact that you got up and brushed your teeth is a win. That happens sometimes, and we all deal with it, but we don't say anything. We never say anything. We just like, save face, you gotta do your thing. Keep doing your thing. I'm fine, Charmander Char. Yeah. Anyways, Brick Wall is about mental health and just the layers, okay? And I wrote this song when I was in a very dark place, okay? A very dark place. And I was just trying to find the words to share how I can, sing, just how awful and how, life. Life. Brick Wall by me. Here we go. On the piano, no less. So forgive me, I may mess up, but we're going to try.
it down and build a cozy little room where we can let our tears of love rain down our souls, and with the help of maple sunlight we can tend the broken earth beneath our shoes. And then one day we'll know why did we build this brick wall, and why did it take so long to see together. Oh, when you fall, just take me with you so that we together can move on to pastel daisy bliss. Tell me why did we build this brick wall, and why did it take so long to tear it down in bitter silence, raining tears upon our souls? Tell me why did we build this brick wall, and why did it take so long to tear it down and build a cozy little room where we can let our tears of love rain down our souls, and with the help of maple sunlight we can tend the broken earth beneath our shoes. And one day we'll know why did we build this brick wall, and why did it take so long to see together. When you fall, just take me with you so that we together can move on to pastel daisy bliss.
Oh, yeah. So that was Brick Wall on the piano, on the fly. In the beginning there, I was like racking my brain. What chords was that? And I had to really think about it. But it came together. I'll have to perfect it and make it better. It can always be better. It can always be better. Just like, as I say, it's kind of like a mantra of mine. It can always be better, and I can always be better. And I'm working on myself every single day to be better. We can all do better. Um, that's my lesson to myself and to you, and also acts of gratitude. So once again, I want to say thank you to everybody for everything, for everything. Not just my patrons on Patreon. Like, you guys are so important to me. Like, I can't believe I'm making music income again after that car accident, after the pandemic, and not being able to gig, and thinking that I could not play piano ever again. And I just was like, I'm doing my physical therapy, I'm doing all this, I'm taking everything seriously. And oh, a year and a month later, here I am. This is like the best, longest, sweetest, most amazing music session I've had, oh gosh, since I first bought the piano. When we first got the piano, and I was just like, yeah, I have a piano, and I was just like, no, no, no. I haven't really like felt this way since then. It's whew. Therapy works, you guys. And just being diligent about the diet, the exercise, doing everything that my chiropractor, that my doctor, my acupuncturist, my therapist for mental, mind, spirit. I'm tackling it from everywhere. It works, you guys. Stick with it. Don't give up. Stay alive. Life is a beautiful thing. I'm starting to kind of like get that's a trigger response, because here I am, like I have to allow myself. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be happy, and nobody's gonna destroy it. No one's gonna come here and break my piano. Nobody's gonna come here and beat the crap out of me and throw me across the room. Nobody's going to. I'm here now. Life is good, and 40 years old, and I'm living my best life, and I am becoming the best version of myself. And that is all I can do every single day. And I'm telling this to you, Matthew, and you who's watching this, you got this. You are doing really good, and you're doing everything you possibly can. And that's all you can do, is just do your best every single day. When you wake up in the morning, it's a new day, and get yourself into your present mind. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow isn't promised. You have right now. And what can you do right now? You can drink some water and enjoy life. So thank you. Thank you to all my patrons.